Hi guys, we're going to answer a question that a lot of people are asking, and that is, why do Down syndrome people look alike? So we're going to answer that question with my daughter as the model right up next. So what is Down syndrome anyway? Well, it's a genetic disorder where the 21st chromosome is actually duplicated or partially duplicated. And as a result, there's an overexpression of genes. Now, scientists have also found out that the overexpression of genes doesn't just affect the 21st chromosome, but it can affect a lot of the other genes. But it gets more complicated because there can be an underexpression of genes too. So does this overexpression or underexpression cause the physical traits, the similarities? Well, the answer is yes. But the scientists, they don't really know which ones. So let's talk about these physical traits. So the first thing that I'm going to point out is if you look closely at her eyes, Down syndrome does cause these beautiful almond-shaped eyes, if you see them. And they do slant upwards. And they're so kissable. Also, if you look at their nose, yeah, it is a little bit flat right here. Can you turn your head maybe for the camera to see? It's a little bit flatter right here, and it gives them a little bit of a button nose. Yeah. What? So, if you can see her ears, some have smaller ears. Yeah, that tickles. And sometimes their head seems to be a little bit bigger. Now some with Down syndrome have a little bit thicker neck. And actually on the ultrasound, that's one of the things that they measure when they're checking for Down syndrome. In my case, she does not have a thicker neck. So during the ultrasound, they were not able to tell that she had Down syndrome. Another thing that they say that's unique about people with Down syndrome is their tongue. Now some people say that it's because their tongue is bigger, but others will say it's just the low tone. Their teeth. If you know a Down syndrome baby, their teeth are all going to come in at different times. In fact, she got her molars really, really early, actually before she got her front teeth. Now, another trait that a lot of Down syndrome people have is the transverse palm. Now, she doesn't have it, but what it is on their palm, she might have it. Nope, she doesn't have it. But there will be a crease that goes straight across. You're not going to show your hand? One thing she does have is she has sandal toe feet. Now you get to show your feet. Ready? Do you see that? Little bit open right there. So it's kind of like a little sandal toe. Right? And it really comes out when we got your footprints at the hospital, right? Right? Right. Another thing that is common for Down syndrome is very thin hair. Well, actually, all my kids have really thin hair, so I don't know if this is from the Down syndrome or if this is just my genes in general. A lot of Down syndrome people have a lot of health problems that go along with this, and this could be vision problems. This could also be because they have small Eustachian tubes, which are in their ears. It causes a lot of ear infections. A lot of Down syndrome will have to get tubes in their ears, and some do receive hearing loss. Right now, she just got the small Eustachian tubes, and she's doing great with her hearing. Yeah, I tickled you, didn't I? Did I tickle you? I tickle. Another thing is their immune system is a lot lower than most people. Hyperthyroidism is another common side effect of Down syndrome. She luckily does not have any symptoms of that yet, and her blood work is looking great. So some people with Down syndrome do have blood disorders, and others, around 50%, will actually have a heart defect. Now she had that. She had to have open heart surgery when she was 7 months old, where they repaired her AV canal. And you can actually see a little bit of the scar, but the doctors say she's doing great and it's not going to affect her life expectancy. So back to the question at hand. Why do they all look alike? Or do they really? Have you ever heard this? Why do African Americans look alike? Orientals, Indian, Chinese? Why do whites look alike? Don't we all have unique features that are associated with our family? But truly, until you get to know more Down syndrome people, they do look alike. But when you get to hang out with them and get to know them more and more, you start to see their unique differences and you realize they're people just like you and me. So thank you guys for watching to the end of the video. If you have any friends that may want to know why Down syndrome people look alike, or some of their traits and health conditions, please feel free to share this with your friends. And don't forget to click like and subscribe down below. So we hope to see you guys around. Bye. Say bye. Bye. Say subscribe. No. You want your boom boom car. Huh?